Good evening and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you quick and crisp 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's go. President Draupadi Murmu graced and addressed the 10th convocation of Gondwana University at Gadchiroli, Maharashtra today. President Draupadi Murmu expressed her happiness that Gondwana University has taken various steps for providing inclusive, cost-effective and valuable education. The President appreciated Gondwana University for providing new opportunities to the youth of tribal communities and backward classes through education. She also praised the university for promoting experiential learning through courses like tally, bamboo craft and forest management. President Draupadi Murmu appreciated the establishment of Tribal Research Center of the university, engaged in research on local issues as well. President Draupadi Murmu added that youth play a very important role in the inclusive development of society and the country. She also advised students to stay connected with their roots, their university, while pursuing their dreams. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit 4 states on the 7th and 8th of July and dedicate, along with lay the foundation stone of projects worth around 50,000 crore rupees in 4 days. ISRO has integrated the payload fairing containing the Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft with the GSLV Mark III at the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. The Chandrayaan-3 mission is slated to launch between the 13th and 19th of July to Moon to explore the geology of the only natural satellite of the Earth. The Met Department has issued an orange alert for 12 districts of Kerala. The department has also forecast moderate to extreme rainfall in the state for the next 3 to 5 days. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar will embark upon a 4-day official visit to Tanzania from today to hold high-level talks and co-chair the 10th Joint Commission meeting with his counterpart. According to the new declaration adopted by the leaders of SCO on the 4th of July, the member states will seek to develop common principles and approaches to form a unified list of terrorist, separatist and extremist organizations prohibited on the territories of the SCO member states. Under-20 engagement group of G20 will meet on the 7th and 8th of July for the mayoral summit in the twin cities of Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar, Gujarat. One of the largest under U20 summits so far will host over 500 participants and will cover thematic sessions on decarbonizing built environment, mainstreaming women, youth and children in urban development and redefining city investments. Addressing G20 research ministers meet in Mumbai today, Union Minister Jitendra Singh asked G20 countries to rise above the differences and address the global challenges confronting the world for global well-being in the spirit of one family. UGC has set SLET as the minimum criteria for the direct recruitment to the post of assistant professor. The UGC also stated that PhD qualification for appointment to the same post would be optional from this month onwards. Inaugurating the first international conference on green hydrogen in New Delhi today, Power Minister R.K. Singh said India is one of the lowest carbon emitters in the world and it has emerged as a world leader in energy transition. Speaking at the release of the Rise of India Middle Class Report in Delhi, G20 Sherpa Amitabh Kant stated that the bulging middle class holds immense power to drive sustained economic, political and social growth in India. Amitabh Kant also said that high growth of 8 to 9% could be driven by the focus on manufacturing and urbanization. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation has signed an MOU with the European Union Aviation Safety Agency for cooperation in unmanned aircraft systems and innovative air mobility. Moving on to business and economy now. At close, the Sensex declined 33 points to close at 65,446, whereas Nifty gained 9.50 points to end at all-time high of at close. Rupee fell 21 paise to close at 82.22 against the US dollar. Saudi Energy Minister Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman told a conference today that Russia-Saudi oil cooperation is still going strong as part of the OPEC Plus alliance that will do whatever is necessary to support the market. Global shares fell on Wednesday as fresh signs of China's faltering economy recovery emerged, with traders awaiting the US Federal Reserve minutes and a key US job report later in the week for clues to the central bank's rate outlook. Shares in K-pop management agencies fell on Wednesday after South Korea's antitrust watchdog began investigations into any potential infractions of subcontracting rules when outsourcing production of albums and merchandise. An influential Chinese trade policy advisor has said that China's export controls on metals used in semiconductors are just a start as Beijing ramps up a tech fight with Washington days before a visit from the US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. Shares in some Chinese metal companies rallied for a second session as investors bet that higher prices for gallium and germanium that Beijing export restrictions target could boost revenues. Airbus is stepping up testing of radical new wing technology as the plane maker lays the foundation for a future successor to its best-selling A320 series, but faces a battle to bring down costs. British Industry Minister Nusrat Khani inaugurated a wing technology plant in southwest England to help design and build wings that are longer, lighter and more slender and feature folding wing tips to fly more sustainably. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said on Wednesday that he hoped that $3 billion short-term bailout for Pakistan would be given final approval by the International Monetary Fund Board when it meets on the 12th of July. Israeli forces withdrew from Jenin on Tuesday night after a two-day military operation. 12 Palestinians and one Israeli soldier were killed during the raid that began on Monday with a drone strike. Palestinian militants fired rockets from the Gaza Strip on Wednesday after Israeli army withdrew from Jenin. A barrel of rockets was fired before being intercepted by the Israeli defense system. Hundreds of Palestinians took to the streets of Jenin on Wednesday in a funeral procession to bury at least 6 out of 12 men killed during an Israeli raid. US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen departed for Beijing on Wednesday for meetings with senior Chinese officials on a broad range of issues, including the US concerns about a new Chinese counter-espionage law. A senior Treasury official said Yellen's visit is part of a push by President Joe Biden to stabilize the relationship between US and China and minimize the risk of mistakes when disagreements arise. The Arab League held an emergency meeting on Tuesday to discuss the Israeli attacks in Jenin. The members expressed solidarity with the victims and called for international support to stop Israeli aggression. European Union envoy Miroslav met with Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić on Wednesday to discuss de-escalation in Kosovo after the region experienced one of the worst ethnic tensions in the decade. IAEA Chief Rafael Grossi visited the wrecked Fukushima nuclear plant on Wednesday. The visit comes after the agency granted Japan the approval to release treated radioactive water into the ocean. Grossi met with government and utility officials, local mayors and fishing association leaders in Fukushima and ensured safety and addressed the concerns of the locals at the time of water discharge. Japan will reportedly start releasing water from August, but still needing official approval from its nuclear regulatory body, which is expected on Friday. Peru's most active volcano, Ubinas, erupted twice, spewing scorching smoke into the sky and forcing ash to fall on adjacent cities on Tuesday. At least 38 people, including 12 children, were wounded in a Russian missile strike on Tuesday after it targeted a military funeral in the Kharkiv region. Russia on Wednesday informed that it is yet to make a final decision about extending the Black Sea grain deal that is due to expire on the 17th of July. Signed last July, the deal guaranteed the safety of grain ships heading to Ukrainian ports and vice versa through Russian waters, as a spokesperson said that the West still has time to address the issues. French President Emmanuel Macron met 220 mayors of different cities and towns on Tuesday that were affected by the riots that recently took place over shooting of a dead teen. A fundraiser for the policemen involved in the shooting of the teen has now sparked controversy in France as it topped 1.5 million euros on Tuesday. That was way more than what has been collected for the victim so far. The fundraiser for the police officer was set up by former politician Jean Messia. Lawmakers have criticized and questioned the motives of the organizers. Senegalese President Macky Sall cancels his candidature for another term. Move comes after the rumors for him running for a third had sparked unrest in the country. US President Joe Biden reiterated his call for Congress on Independence Day to take action on gun control legislation as over 340 mass shootings incidents have already been reported in the country. Guatemala began the review of ballots from the first-round presidential election after the frontrunners party and allies challenged the results, setting up the potential for a recount ahead of the runoff vote. Britain Prime Minister Rishi Sunak on Tuesday defended his policies despite persistent inflation. The rate that currently sits at 8.6% is much higher than other advanced economies. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned of a serious threat to Europe's largest nuclear facility, the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, as he termed Russia the only source of danger to the plant. 30 Chinese migrants were held by the Colombian army as they found them in a boat nearing the Panama border. 3 Colombian nationals were also arrested while trying to transport the migrants illegally. China on Wednesday asserted that it values its relations with European Union. The statement comes after European Union alleged that a high-profile visit of its foreign policy chief Josep Borrell was cancelled by the country without giving a reason. 4th of July was marked as the hottest day globally as the average global temperature reached 17.18 degrees Celsius on Tuesday, surpassing the August 2016 record of 16.92 degrees Celsius. Mexican Navy seized over 2,400 kilos of cocaine on Monday. The bust was made during an anti-drug operation on the southern Guerrero Pacific coast as the consignment was recovered from 3 speedboats. Russian emergency volunteers were seen putting out forest fires in various far eastern regions of the country as high heat and lightning strike continue to make it worse. At least 15 people were killed and 4 people reported missing after severe flooding caused by heavy rains hit China's Chongqing municipality. Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni met Polish Prime Minister to assert that both the countries were on the same page regarding the Ukraine issue and Ukraine should receive security guarantees at the time of crisis. One dead, others advised to stay inside as a rare summer storm hit Netherlands. Code red weather alert issued by the authorities. As 4th of July celebrations enveloped the US, drone footage captured showed dozens of firework display which lit up the sky above Chicago. Dozens of sweet-toothed competitors gathered in Key West, Florida to get messy for the city's Key Lime Pie eating contest. The 4th of July competition is the culmination of Key West's annual Key Lime Festival. In another food eating competition during 4th of July, the reigning champion of the annual US 4th of July hot dog eating contest, Joey Chestnut, defended his title on clinching his 16th career win by scarfing down 62 francs in 10 minutes. Sky lovers were over the moon when they had the chance of flying under and walking around a 3D replica of the satellite in an exhibition in Chile. Visitors contemplated and took photographs in front of a fine-grained sculpture of the moon as part of the Museum of the Moon exhibition that opened in Chile late in June. The 7-meter diameter artwork by the British artist Luke Jerram arrived in the Chilean capital city after having been exhibited in cities such as Toronto, Milan and Dubai. Anti-shark nets were installed near the Sukcho beach for first time in South Korea. The safety net is to protect vacationers from sharks. The excitement of a day at Wisconsin's Forest County Festival theme park turned into an unexpected adventure when a roller coaster ride malfunctioned, leaving 8 passengers suspended upside down for hours. Dior designer Maria Grazia, for her fall show, set out a lineup of slender dresses and capes in neutral tones and touches of gold and silver inspired by classical Rome during Haute Couture Week in Paris. An animation shows lightning spreading across Earth collected by the lightning imager on board Europe's meteorological satellite during June 2023. The lightning imager has 4 cameras covering Europe, Africa, the Middle East and parts of South America. A pair of wild giant pandas have been spotted in Myeongdyang city of southwest China's Sichuan province. Video footage recorded by an infrared camera that was collected by the staff of the Giant Panda National Park's section on Monday captured the two hanging around in the local park. A Swiss professor and his team has developed a drone that can fly into a fire and also help identify anyone trapped in a burning building or a wildfire. The prototype called Fire Drone was inspired by the Grenfell Tower fire in London back in 2017 that killed 72 people. The famous pub that featured in the Banshees of Inisherin has been relocated and is now open at Mees Pub in Ireland. Actress Sabrina, known for her work in White Lotus, has joined the adaptation of Call My Agent Season 2. Actor Kartik Aaryan took to his social media account to inform his fans about his collaboration with Kabir Khan that is titled as Chandu Champion. He also announced that the film will hit the theatres on the 14th of June next year. Actor Pulkit Samrat shared pictures of his dubbing session for the upcoming film Fukrey 3. The movie will hit the theatres on the 7th of September this year. Kangana Ranaut unveils new impressive stills from her upcoming film called Tejas. She's also announced that the film will hit the theatres on the 20th of October this year. Following the success of his debut album, Industry, singer-songwriter Arjun Kanungo is now back with his much-awaited second album called Industry 2. Actor Kajol and Kriti Sanon are all set to star in writer-turned-producer Kanika Dhillon's much-anticipated mystery thriller called Do Patti. Superstar Salman Khan's Tiger 3 is being made on a grand level. As per a source, one of the top stunt professionals from Hollywood, Richard Burden, has been roped in for the film. Actress Samantha Ruth Prabhu is planning to take a long break from work. As per sources close to the actor, she is going to take a one-year break from acting. Kriti Sanon took to her social media and informed her fans about her starting her own production company named Blue Butterfly Films. Makers of the film Bapal, starring Varun Dhawan and Janhvi Kapoor, has finally revealed its much-anticipated teaser. Actor Love Sinha, son of veteran star Shatrughan Sinha and brother of actress Sonakshi Sinha, who was last seen in movie Paltan, will be seen making a cameo in the upcoming film Gadar 2. Aamir Khan and Rajkumar Hirani, the hit duo, can soon be seen working on a project together. As per reports, Hirani has reached out to the actor for an unnamed project that will be a biopic. Telugu superstar Mahesh Babu's daughter Sitara made her debut on Times Square billboard. He took to Instagram and shared pictures of the Times Square billboard where Sitara can be seen on the billboard. The makers of the film Garuda Chapter 1 unveiled the title and the first look poster featuring actor Satyadev. Moving on to sports now, Roberto Firmino has joined Saudi Arabian club Al Ahly as a free agent. His contract at Liverpool expired at the end of the last season. He has agreed a 3-year deal with the Saudi team. Brazil's Football Confederation has reached an agreement with Fernando Diniz to become interim coach of the Brazilian national team until Carlo Ancelotti finishes his contract with Real Madrid. Carlo Ancelotti will take charge of Brazil next summer. The 5-time World Cup winners are confident the Italian will be in place for the Copa America in June 2024. Manchester United have signed midfielder Mason Mount from Chelsea on a 5-year contract with an option for a further 12-month extension. Sergio Garcia will miss the Open Championship for the first time in 25 years after he came up short in a qualifying tournament. He missed out by 3 shots after he finished tied 6th in the event at West Lancashire Golf Club. Karate athlete Shamantak Ganguly made India proud after backing second runners-up position at the full contract Karate Open World Cup 2023. Britain's Jake Whiteman will not defend his 15-meter title at the World Championship in Budapest in August after an injury-disrupted season. Andy Murray returned to action at Wimbledon with a straight sets victory over Ryan Peniston. Murray beat Ryan by 6-3, 6-0, 6-1 in just 2 hours. In women's draw, second seed Arina Sabalenka made Shortberg of Hungary's Pana Udvarti with a powerful 6-3, 6-1 victory to make it to the second round. Scotland eliminated host Zimbabwe with a 31-run victory in the Super 6 stage for the second consecutive time. With this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere, keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates. Thanks for joining.